So I was like changing my clothes 3 minutes ago.
I did not know that. I didn't even notice. This is how observant. Oh, you did.
I did.
See, now that you say that, I'm like, oh, that's right. Now we're going on to day 3.
The last day, and this is where you're going to send 2 emails. Here's the thing. In the beginning, I did not send that second email.
Mhm.
Guys, that second email is a gold mine. Do not skip the second email.
If there's one piece of advice that I have heard that has changed my life as a business owner, it is do not skip the PM last day email. I will shout this from the rooftop. I do not care about unsubscribes at that point.
No, I don't either.
Because here's the thing. The amount of people who buy from your last day, 6 p.m., 5 p.m., whatever it is, email is astonishing to me. Like, it never ceases to amaze me. How many people wait until they get that email and then they're like, oh yeah, I really want that. Oh my gosh, there's only 4 minutes left. Okay, I gotta get it.
Caroline's going to see a lot more people on that last email because of her niche. Her niche, they're last minute buyers. I don't see as many as Caroline, but I do see my most of my buyers are day 1. And then my second most are my last day PM email.
Yep.
So, and the reason is exactly what Caroline said, but I don't want you to think that you're going to get hundreds of people on that PM email. No, but if you only get 4 sales on that PM email, it made that PM email worth its weight in gold. So don't skip the PM email. And my PM emails are different than Caroline's. I say this is the shortest email you are ever going to get because I'm just here to remind you so you don't kick yourself tomorrow for missing out on this sale tonight. And that's and then I just put a link, or I say something super, super short. It's literally maybe 3 lines and 1 mini paragraph long, and that's it. I'm super short.
This is the way that the math works out. No, hang on, we're gonna zoom in. Whoop. This is the way that the math works out. And
okay.
I mean, like literally, like I have tested this. I heard this at some point and I was like, yeah, right. I have tested this sucker. I have tested this formula for years and it never ceases to be accurate. It never ceases to be accurate. And it drives me batty.
Yeah, but at least you know the formula. It's the not knowing that can cost you money. At least you know it.
This is the formula, how you can calculate how many sales you will have. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to every rule. There are. But I wanted you guys to have this because I didn't have this for my first sale and I thought that I was doing something wrong. This is not.
We just weren't doing the PM email. I did not do PM emails in the beginning because I didn't realize how big they were because I didn't want to be annoying.
Yep. I was afraid of the unsubscribes. I was like, well, if I'm getting 20 unsubscribes from every email that I send out, if I send out 2 on the last day, I'll get 40 unsubscribes in a day. And that's just unacceptable. So what?
Yeah. So instead of being afraid of unsubscribes, we want you to be excited of sales.
So here's how this works. The number of your sales will likely be somewhere within a few percentage points of these numbers. And I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. 25% of the people of your sales will come in from their day 1, your initial email. If you have done good prepping your list, if you have a hot list or a warm list of people who are opening your emails, which is why we're saying now to make sure that you're sending out at least 1 email a week before your launch period to make sure that you are warming up your list. Day 1, you will see 25% of your sales come in. The rest of the sale, you will see 25%. And then you will see 50% of your sales come in on the last day. And 50% of that 50% will absolutely be after the PM email. Without question. So if you have a 7-day sales launch sequence that you're going to go through, we're not doing that for this because this is a PDF product and that's just too much.
Yes.
When you have a 7-day sale that you're running on your own product or as an affiliate for anything, you will see this to be true. You will we've been parts of launches where they're like, oh gosh, what was it? In the middle, they call it the messy middle, where you're like, if I'm getting 1 thing sale, it will be a good day.
Yeah.
So back over here, this is where we are going to be talking about how it has helped you. because you don't have testimonials or because you don't have success stories yet, you are your own success story.
You are it.
You are it. Shout that from the rooftops. And that's basically what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be going deeper. We talked about like the surface level pain points, obviously like stress, overwhelm. You've already hit on that. But what are the things, we've talked about this. What are the things that your reader feels and they feel like they're the only person in the world who feels that way? You're like, I felt this way too. That's where you're going to go deeper. That's where you have to go deeper. And so hearkening back to the previous emails, I told you about the other day, I told you about how my life used to look, but I didn't tell you about I would wake up exhausted because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because I was worried about if the bills were going to get paid on time. I was stressed because my children weren't eating good foods and we were having to go through the drive-thru, whatever it is. Go deeper on those things. These are not like surface level. My house was a mess. I was worried that my mother-in-law was going to tell everybody that I was a hoarder because of how bad my house looked. I was worried that my kids' school was going to call and say I wasn't giving them enough food for lunches. That kind of thing. We're going deeper here because we're connecting with them. Because remember, we have the ladder. We have the ladder to help them out of the problem that they're in. But we have to show them that we understand where they are.
And I just want to jump in quickly, guys. When you're talking about pain points, it doesn't have to be negative and sad all the time. You can make it funny. I always put a funny spin on my pain points. Like, you know what? I tried when my kids were little, I pretended every day was pajama day at school. And apparently that's not something you can do as a parent. So you can make it funny. It doesn't have to be, I was in my room in the dark, banging my head against the wall because I was so upset and sad. Unless that's your target reader, then that's fine. But you have to instill your voice in every part of these emails. It has to be you. They have to know, oh, yeah, that's Tracy telling me the story, not, why does Tracy sound weird? This isn't how she normally talks to me. I don't understand what's going on here. These templates are a directional guide. It's your job to make it your voice and your sound that your readers are already used to hearing. So if you're comedic when you write your emails, then you want to keep it comedic when you write your sales emails as well.
All of this does kind of come back to you have to know your own voice. Yeah. If you have been a goofball forever and suddenly you're like talking about like things that are, it's like, this is a soap opera. How did I get here? It's like when you accidentally sit on the remote and you don't realize that you've changed the channel. It's like,
Anna, you're exactly
what happened?
Right. Anna said, so that's why we fill out those avatar pages. What keeps her up at night?
Yes, because this is the thing. Like you have to help them to understand. And you can do this through laughing, or you can do this through crying. You can do this through like smiling until your cheeks hurt. It does not matter, but you have to help them to understand like you are in their head because you have been in their shoes. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Someone write that down. Someone write that down because that was a good one.
Apparently I'm the someone. Okay, I'm going.
But that's the truth. That is the absolute truth. You are like, and they're looking around the room as they're reading this going, are you in my room? Like, how did you know that I was thinking that? That's the thing. So whatever that might be, you're sharing that level. You're getting down on their level in the trenches with them. And now you are like their person. They see you on Instagram and they're like, oh my gosh, I wish that I was like you. They read your blog and they're like, oh my gosh, I just want to do that too. I just want to be like that. I want to have what you have. Because believe it or not, no matter what, if you have one person who's on your email list, if you have one person who's reading your blog, you are an influencer. You have an influence. You have something to contribute. You have people who are looking to you as an example. So that's where you're saying, like, I am here now. And now, hearkening back to your product, I am sharing the steps that I took to change my life in product. But it will only be out on sale for this price, percentage off, whatever it is, for a limited time. This is where you need to kind of plug back into your whatever it is, the scarcity.
The logisticals, yeah.
Yeah. And then you put in your buy button. And now, because this is the last day, you put in your countdown timer.
Boom.
I know that ConvertKit has one that you can use. If you have ConvertKit, there's a free one that's included with ConvertKit that you can use, which is pretty sweet. But also there is Motion Mail. I've used it since like 2016 or something. Full Stop.
Go ahead.
They've never charged me. Yeah, I've exceeded my limit every single time I send one email, but they've never billed me.
I've never been billed either. That's right. And the one thing nice about Motion Mail is you can see all your past timers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like that. All on one page. They're all right there. I like that.
So you have your buy button, you have your countdown timer. You can set it to be whatever it is that you want it to be, Eastern, Pacific, Central time. I also make my countdown timer a link to the sale page.
Can you do that with the ConvertKit timer?
I believe so.
Okay, that's good.
And then you sign off, and that's day 3.